Brad's excited and stoked, but why? Well, if you stick around, you're gonna learn and we'll probably talk some XRP price. Yeah, friend zone action. Circle's getting ready to pump even higher. Or is it? A massive market warning because of some insider dumping? Pioneers have a big announcement, some big action coming along with...
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
I was all excited because I was like, yo, I got something for my wife. A little bit of treat yourself. No, not myself, but treat herself. And it was supposed to come in today. And then I was like, no, it didn't come in today because it's Juneteenth. And then I was like, I wonder what Circle is doing price-wise. And then I was like, no, it's not trading today. But the crypto market trades today. And Crypto with Klaus is bringing you the news today. Why? Because we roll 365 24/7, baby. And before we get into the news, the comments come first. Because you, the viewer, matter most. VDC CDC says, dude, you're becoming one of my favorite channels for coin news. Xrp Hbar, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm loaded up in. Keep being who you are. We can all relate to the way you bring it. Well, I'm feeling faded and X-rated. No, that's a lie. I'm sober fucking Susie because I'm still trying to recover, but you can have fun. So please have fun for me because it's Thirsty Thursday and I have to drink electrolyte drinks. Sucks. DIY Wellcraft says, if I told my boss to suck my balls 3 times, she might do it and give me a raise. Why the hell haven't you done it, dude? Tell her to do it and then all of a sudden get the raise and then buy more whatever you can buy low and sell high. Michael Stein says, I don't get the maxis. Diversify. Who cares where the juice comes from? Exactly. It's not like your bank account gives a crap if you work for a gas station, construction company, corporate executive, street pharmacist. I don't care. Talk to be capable says, I don't understand the whole maxi concept either. Like, why can't they coexist in their minds? It doesn't make any sense. Maxiism is another way of saying radicalism. It just sounds better. It actually sounds stupider, but whatever. Lots of stuff to talk about today. Big insider trading warning for the market. Are we going to crash? You got your dry powder ready? Bitcoin sitting at 104,275 ETH. It's 2506 XRP. Oh, we'll talk price at the end. All right, first things first. Massive milestone for Pi Network. Here's what all you pioneers need to know. The shit's in the basement. All-time lows. Pumperoni, dumperoni. Overpromise and underdelivering. This is what happens when you market the death out of something for years. This is what happens when your social media following clamps on to Stellar XLM for years. Hype machine. And then all of a sudden when it launches, it pumps and dumps and now is at all-time lows. That is bad, everyone. Go to the altcoin season index, scroll on down, and you're going to see Bitcoin right here. These are the 24 coins that are beating Bitcoin. And then all the way here at the bottom, you're going to see what? Picoin. Yeah. Massive milestone. You got it. Brad Garlinghouse, why is he excited, stoked, and ready to roll? Well, he's probably not sober over like me. He's probably going to be boozing it up tonight. I don't know if he's a drinker. Maybe he is. For years, crypto companies have been calling on Congress to pass crypto legislation to set rules for the road. This is the first major financial bill since Dodd-Frank. The first crypto bill to pass in the Senate, which now moves to the House, a truly historic moment. Real quick here. How long has crypto been around? How many fucking years? And this is the first bill to pass the Senate? Yeah, way to go, United States. Thank you to Senator Tim Scott, Haggerty, Gillibrand, and Brooks. Oh, who did he leave out? We know who he left out. Yeah, he left out Senator Loomis because she snubbed him. Now, the reason Brad's excited, because remember, Ripple has RLUSD. And as soon as the stablecoin bill passes the House without modifications, then it could go to the president's desk. So that takes me to the next point. You ready for this? Okay. Trump tweets this on True Social. By the way, this is all linked in the description down below. And then we're going to get in the morning. We're going to talk price action. And then we're going to have a lot of fun today. This is why, look, unless I'm traveling or unless I'm having surgery that day, I don't bring you the news. Otherwise, I bring you the news more than the mail. Okay? Just how it works here. This is what Trump said. The Senate just passed an incredible bill that's going to make America the undisputed leader in digital assets. Nobody will do it better. It's pure genius. This is why the excitement is here. The House will hopefully move lightning fast and pass a Clean Genius Act. Get it to my desk ASAP. No delays, no add-ons. Okay, here's the problem. It's not scheduled yet in the House. Here's the other problem. Do you think the House is going to do it without any modifications, or do you think the House is going to want to modify it? If the House modifies it, then it goes back to the Senate where they have to debate on it, vote on it again. Yeah. You see what I'm saying here? So either way, Brad's excited because we at least got it through the Senate, but we still got a ways to go to get it through the House and then to the president's desk. Okay, I'll keep you updated on that. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. Because the reason this is big is because, look, traditional finance really wants to get into crypto. You're like, bro, how do you know? Look at the fucking chart of circle on the screen. That's how you know. Look at that. Look, does traditional finance want to get into the altcoins? Nah, they really want the regs. They really want the regs. They're scared because, like, if the next president comes in and the next president isn't pro-crypto, that president might put executive orders in and might have put another person in like Gary Gensler that could wreck it. That's why they're freaking out. BTC is a commodity. It's protected. It's like gold or silver. You can't really cup gold or silver, right? Okay, so what's happening right now is you've got Circle being like the test pilot for traditional finance to dip their toes in the crypto water. Now, I get what you're saying. Stablecoins are boring. I get it. But remember, a lot of the traditional finance world is really boring with their money. So for them, this is going down the little bunny ski hill. This is for them dipping their toes in the lukewarm piss bath water, right? They can't jump on into the risky stuff. They can't jump into the meme. They can't jump into the XRP, the TRXs, the BNBs, and so forth, okay? Heck, a lot of them can't even jump into BTC. Remember, Microsoft, right? The shareholders said, no, girlfriend. A lot of corporations out there are saying no to BTC, even thinking that's too risky. So, you know, XRP, XLM, all that ADA stuff, that's way more risky than BTC. BTC is way more risky than stablecoins. Stablecoins are way more risky than traditional finance. So you see what I'm saying here. If we could at least get them into stables like Circle, which isn't trading today because of Juneteenth, but I'm bringing you the news today because, you know, there you go. I already talked about that earlier. So if we could at least get them into stable coins, dude, that's how we kind of, you know, that's our gateway drug. You know what I'm saying, everyone? This is the cannabis of the digital world. Now, what's interesting about this is, remember, the expectations, the writers of the IPO for Circle said, yo, we're going to price the IPO at 24 to 26 bucks. After hours was like $199.59. In fact, it got over $210 on after hours trading that day. Think about that. That's 6x plus action. They way underestimated how much traditional finance wanted to get into stables. So we've got this big ball of money ready to roll, ready to dip their toes into the digital assets. Maybe some of that money will convert into alts. Maybe some of it will convert into BTC. Maybe some of it will go into assets that you and I are holding right now. That'd be really cool, right? Okay, let's keep learning. Market warning. Trump family reduces stake in crypto project World Liberty. They reduced their holdings from 60% to 40%. That's a lot. Okay, now I'm bringing this up because let's remember here. Let's zoom out a little bit again, okay? Remember, there were a couple people in Congress that made some pretty risky stock bets on defense companies right before Israel bombed Iran. And they were all on subcommittees that would have information privy to this. I wonder where they got that information from. Yeah, right? You get what I'm saying? Pelosi's husband is a really good stock trader. Like one of the best in the world statistically. I wonder where he gets his information from. Gosh, could it have been the fact that his wife was Speaker of the House for a while and she got all the information before everyone else? Yeah. You think Trump's got information that other people don't have? Of course. So now his family's ditching crypto, quite a bit of it. The Trump family has quietly reduced its majority stake in World Liberty Financial, according to an update of the company's legal disclosure section. First reported by Forbes, a business entity linked to Donald Trump and certainly family members has recently cut its ownership in the company from 60 to 40%. DT Marks DeFi LLC, an entity affiliated with Donald J. Trump and certain of his family members, has now lowered its equity interest. Is this them selling off more because they know something bad is going to happen? I'm bringing this up because, yes, these people do have inside information. They are able to front run stuff. They are able to play the market before it hits the market, but they also have to disclose it, right? That's how we're able to know about this stuff, because they have to fill out the forms and dump it out. We were able to know about these congressional people buying defense company stocks shortly before the Israel-Iran thing happened. Like, you get what I'm saying? So they can do this, but we find out about it. So now we're looking at this going, well, wait a minute. So why would Trump family members be dumping their own project? 20% ownership of it right now. Are we going to be seeing a lot more red up on the screen? Now, crypto volume sucking massive balls. Why? Well, because like I told you earlier, traditional finance is not trading. Markets are closed. Juneteenth. Post office is closed. Banks are closed. Crypto with Klaus is not closed. I sent my wife a naughty snap. Maybe she's not closed. Maybe she's open to hanging out with me tonight. That'd be kind of cool. Because like Hump Day Wednesday wasn't like, it didn't work out. Okay, so like maybe I'm going for like cool Thursdays. Titty Thursdays, maybe is what it is. Okay, so volume is down. So now you're starting to see like the crypto markets kind of now flow volume wise also with holidays. U.S. federal holidays. So that's how much influence U.S. mini and U.S. markets have on the crypto markets. Volume right now down 21% to $86 billion. That is like weekend low. And this is on a Thursday market close day for traditional finance. But again, with crypto open 24/7, you're starting to see the traditional finance ties tie into crypto. Now, looking at XRP, yeah, we in the friend zone, girlfriend. I mean, like, come on. We had a little lowercase p pumperoni to the 233 action, but we saw what happened there, right? There was some Israel-Iran ceasefire potentiality, and then that got dumped down when things escalated, and now we're back in the friend zone. So you can see, if we were to erase this kind of little middle finger that we're getting here up in the screen, which was Iran coming out saying, yo, we would really like to talk about a ceasefire. If we erase that, we really didn't do anything. So that tells you that there is optimism based in the Middle East. But what's the pricing on the optimism? Nothing too juicy, right? Nothing too juicy, but that optimism there. So if we get a resolution, hopefully in the Middle East, you could kind of see something happen. Okay, zooming out a little bit, you're like, yeah, but that move is nothing compared to what? Compared to what we've seen. So this is over the last month. By the way, volume for XP down 34% to 1.88 billion. So you're seeing it just across the board, low volume. It's the story of the friend zone because of a lot of macros. Does the Trump family dumping their stuff mean we're going to be sub $2 XRP soon? Do you have dry powder ready? Are you tired of it? Are your bags loaded? Because that's some people I think right now are watching are like, but bro, I'm already loaded. I've moved on to other things. Awesome. So if you are loaded up on XRP, if you believe that your stacks are big enough, what are you loading into? I know a lot of Hbar fans are like, bro, these Hbar prices are where it's at. And we talked about that earlier, right? These are Hbar prices that we haven't seen in a long time. And if we bust through where we're at right now, support-wise, even look at this. Hold on, let me go to the one day real quick. Even if we start busting through this, yo, we are going to be targeting that 12-cent zone. And I know for a lot of people out there, you're thinking, bro, 12-cent Hbar wasn't even on my bingo card this year. So yeah, opportunities out there. You just got to be ready for those chances and know what it is you're getting into. But remember, traditional finance money is building on the sidelines. Proof is in the Circle IPO. The stablecoin bill, right? We're still waiting to get a little schedule action in the House. If we could get it to pass through the House, that's going to bring a lot of money into the stablecoin sector of crypto. And remember, that's like the gateway drug for crypto. Gets them people into maybe some BTC, maybe some ETH, maybe some alts, maybe some utility stuff, maybe a little bit of meme, you know, who knows? But once you get these players in with stables, maybe you got them hooked, right? So that was a pretty good news segment overall, wasn't it? We talked about some price stuff. We talked about some regs and some geopolitical stuff and a little bit of tie-in traditional finance and showing you how the U.S. strength of the economy is now tugging the crypto economy and how the U.S. traditional market schedule now is even tugging on the crypto market schedule with volume. It's nuts. But I think the thing we all got to look at is this. crypto where we're at right now is seriously kind of like the boring friend zone. Like, it really is. Like, you're noticing volume is really starting to kind of turn down. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of getting like, this is not kind of cool, right? Like, but that's okay. And you're like, what do you mean that's okay? Well, because even though we're noticing that the volume is starting to kind of come in, the price for a lot of our favorites, though, are holding pretty good compared to where they were before the election action happened. Think of what I just said. Before the election, before the U.S. election was the catalyst to the last big price break that we saw. That's huge. So now, again, we start looking at catalysts. All right, stablecoin bill, well, like I said, I think it's going to bring a lot of money into stables, which, like I said, that's the gateway. But the real juice then comes from the Clarity Act. And if that doesn't work, the other one that they got, which would then regulate the rest of the crypto market, because that's how you get the money then into the things that you and I like, right? Like, I know. I like stables because I'm really cool with moving money, and I kind of like the idea. BTC, you know, the deal on that. I like my alts, don't get me wrong. But, like, if we really want the benefit for what we really like, the alts, I mean, yeah, we're going to need that juice to come from the Clarity Act. I mean, yeah, you could get the little bump ups from, like, the you know, oh, let's get the Middle East to calm down. But then, you know, it always flares up again, right? I mean, when does the Middle East not flare up? It always happens. It's just, when does it happen? You know, you're always going to have tensions with this or that. There's always going to be something economically, you know, turmoil. There's always something, right? I mean, the world is so interconnected right now that, like, when someone sneezes, someone's getting a cold. It's just how big of a, or how bad of a cold you're going to get, right? I mean, it's just each nation, each country has their own pull. I mean, if the U.S. takes a poop, the world feels it. If Zimbabwe takes a poop, well, then maybe it's like a smaller region feels it. Russia takes a poop, a whole bunch of feel it. You see what I mean? Like, we're all that interconnected now. So, I don't know. I get it. I get where Brad's optimistic that, yeah, this is like a big deal. You know, we finally passed something with stables. I think that's cool, but again, my faith in the government is just minimal, man. Like, I've been following this stuff real closely. I've been watching it with you. We've been doing this together where we've been following what happened with the election, all the promises. First 30 days this, first 90 days. Dude, we're behind on all of it right now. It's a joke. We're looking at this going, over-promising and under-delivering. That's why we're in the friend zone. That's why the volume is in the poop zone. Electrolytes, because I gotta be good. By the way, speaking of being good, happy Thursday to everyone out there. White Sox have a double header today. They were winning in the earlier game. I don't know what the score is because I'm busy bringing you the news. I can't even watch the Sox game. That's how dedicated I am to you. I just don't want to watch a losing team right now. Choo choo, what choo choo is nachos?